Over the past few years I bought some of the most hyped watches, and here's what I think. Since these watches are still quite popular, I've decided to share my thoughts on these watches with you. There are many video reviews about these models, but I wanted to share my long-term ownership experience. And they were or are in my collection for a long period of time. So in this video I will share my opinion on some of the most popular watches watch enthusiasts buy today. Tissot, Seiko, Cartier, Tudor, MoonSwatch. Let's start with Tissot PRX. Tissot made a very good call with this model. It became very popular and very beloved by watch enthusiasts. Right now Tissot expanded the line to many variants. You got quartz and automatic, 40 and 35mm, different dial colors to choose from. What's so great about this model? Beautiful design, very good finishing. It has an absolutely beautifully executed tapered bracelet. I have a thing for tapered bracelets, so it is a big additional point for me. The watch is widely available, so it's pretty easy to buy. Thanks to the quick release system, the bracelet can be easily swapped with the rubber band or leather strap. 100 meters of water resistance make this watch a perfect everyday companion. And as I said, there is a huge variety of variations to choose from. The only thing I personally don't like about this watch is the sizing. The 40mm is a bit too big for me, and the 35mm is too small. I wish they made something like 37-38mm version. I like this watch and I would definitely recommend buying it if you like the integrated bracelet watch style. My Tissot PRX is a quartz model, but I think right now I would like to have an automatic version better. MoonSwatch. Okay, this thing is very bad as a watch. This is something I would not recommend buying if you are looking for an actual watch and if you value your money. If you want a real watch, that's something you should not buy. But that's a good toy watch to have fun with. I personally don't regret buying it, but I also very rarely wear it recently. You should not expect much from this watch. It is Swatch after all. The Swatch watch with Amiga design elements. That's how you have to think about them. And I think that the overall quality is not good for the price. It looks like the hype for MoonSwatches is almost died down, and most, if not all, of the models are available to buy at stores. Not sure if they will start selling them online at some point, and also not sure about other markets, but here in Canada you should not have any problems with buying most of the MoonSwatches at Swatch boutiques. MoonSwatches are good for fun, but that's it. It's a Swatch and it's not the best Swatch in terms of quality control. So you have to take it into consideration before buying any MoonSwatches. Another watch in the list is the Seiko SPB143. This is the watch that I've had love-hate relationship with. I made numerous videos about this watch and my experience with it. I even compiled a comprehensive video starting from my first impressions and down to my 2 years of experience with the model. When I first saw this watch in the press-release pictures, I was in love with the design, specs and dimensions of the watch on paper. I thought about buying this Seiko SPB143 when the watch was announced. When I bought my SPB143, it was one of the most hyped watches on the market at that moment. When I got it, I liked it, but there were a few things that I did not like. Something like the screw-down crown stiffness, the bezel alignment, and later on the movement performance. In the beginning, I was wearing this watch a lot, but the main issue with the movement performance started to annoy me. When I got my Black Bay 58, I moved to Tudor as my everyday driver. I think that the Seiko SPB143 is a very good watch. The design, specs and proportions are great. For the past 2.5 years, the price of this model hasn't changed, at least here in Canada, which is great. So if you don't mind some possible accuracy or bezel misalignment issues, that's a very solid watch. But I would recommend buying it used and saving some money. Next up, Cartier Must Tank Large. I wanted this model for many years. But to my surprise, I did not wear it as much as I thought I would be. I bought this watch from the ID online, and these things surprised me when I received the watch. The dial is not white but silverish. The watch looks and feels smaller than I thought it would be. The original strap is awful. I didn't like it at all. I want to mention that I bought this watch before the major Cartier price increase, so it's not quite fair to recommend it with the current retail, because I think they hike prices a little bit too steep. I think there are better watches in terms of specs out there right now. But if you are looking for style and elegance, Cartier is one of the best bets. And the Cartier Tank Must is one of the best options. It's not too expensive if you would compare the model to the rest of the Cartier catalog. I do not regret buying it, but I think some other Cartier watches like Cartier Tank Française, Cartier Santos or Santos Dumont would have a stronger position in my collection, and I would wear it much more often. And the last one in the list, the Tudor Black Bay 58. This is the watch that probably used to get the most attention online, but in the recent time the hype slowed down, and it is a good thing, because now you should be able to buy it at ID with no problem. I have owned this Tudor Black Bay 58 for a bit more than 2 years, and here is my opinion about the watch. If you want the short version, I think this model is worth the hype and the price. I may not wear it now as much as I used to due to some other watches that occupy my wrist time, like IWC Mark 18 or Rolex Explorer 2 16570, but this Tudor is still one of my favorite watches and my ultimate vacation watch, and it is still in my weekly rotation. The specs of the watch are mighty, and the watch is very comfortable on the wrist. 39mm in diameter and about 12mm thick is a great dimensions for a diver. Comfortable tapered bracelet, in-house COSC certified movement with 70 hours of power reserve, 200 meters of water resistance. I remember when I was trying to get this model, I had to wait for several months, and when I got the call from my ID, I had to go quickly and make a purchase. Not anymore. The model is quite available, and to buy it, it's not a big deal at the moment. You most likely be able to buy it from your local ID with no issues, or you can even buy it used at a discount. The retail price went up a couple of times since I purchased the watch more than 2 years ago, but even at current retail, I think the watch is priced well for what it is. So these are some of the most hyped watches that I bought myself and own. Let me know what you think about these or maybe some other hyped or overhyped watches. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, I will see you next time, bye now and take care.